welcome to my latest episode of Yoga for Children. Okay, first of all, we're just going to sit and do some breathing. So you would think that breathing is something that you're used to doing, that you do all the time, but we often develop bad breathing habits. We can breathe too quickly, particularly if we're feeling a bit stressed, or even hold our breath. And so we're going to just practice breathing nice and calmly and slowly. And we're going to count, okay? So 5 fingers, going to count 5 breaths. So what I'd like you to do is when you breathe in, taking a nice long, slow breath in through your nose. And then breathe out really slowly through your nose or through your mouth. So not making any sound. So that's how we're going to breathe. So we're going to do 5 of those. So nice, long, slow breath in through your nose. And then breathe out really slowly through your nose or through your mouth. That's 1. And again, breathe in. Nice and slowly. And breathe out slowly. 2, good, and again. Breathe in and then breathe out really slowly. And again, breathe in and breathe out slowly. 3. And again, breathe in and breathe out slowly. Good. And 1 more. And breathe out slowly. And then bring your hands into that prayer mudra. So feeling the other palm of the hand. Just continue to be aware of your breath, but breathing nice and slowly and gently. Good. Now we're going to do a bit of a warm-up exercise. So what I'd like you to do now is imagine that you are a tiny little seed. So you're going to make yourself as small as possible, curling yourself up into a ball. You can have your hands down by your feet, or you can hold on to your knees like this, whichever feels most comfortable. And then we're going to pretend we're like that plant growing. So we're going to just send up a tiny little shoot first of all, just my finger pointing up there. And then we're going to slowly as we can, growing up, stretching up nice and slowly. Come up to a standing position if you want to. Stretch up as high as you can or as wide as you can. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do that again, but we're going to grow in a different way. So I'm being my tiny little seed again, and this time see if we can grow up a bit differently. Can we put a leg up first? How's that? Oh, good stretch in your leg. And then come up onto the toe of the foot that's not up in the air. Can you bring that leg up? Oh, big stretch. Both feet on the ground. And see how slowly we can roll up to standing. And we're going to go nice and wide now. Very good. So that's something that grows very slowly. Now, can you think of something that you might have, seeds that you've planted that grow really quickly? Has any of you ever planted some cress seeds? Tiny little kind of plants that grow really, really quickly, and you can put it in salad and things. So we're going to be a cress seed. So curling up very small, and then we're going to shoot up. We've grown up really quickly. Very good. Should we do that one again? So curling up really, really small, and then we're going to uncurl really, really quickly. Very good. Okay, let's do one more. We're going to be a slow seed this time. Which way are we going to grow first of all? Oh, my head's going to come up this time. Sometimes bulbs, like daffodil bulbs, grow like this, like the biggest part comes up. Very good, but I'm not going to be that tall this time. I'm just going to grow, and there we are, being a flower. Very good. Okay, let's come up to standing, and we're going to do our sun salutation. So it's raining here today. We're going to see if we can make the sun come out. So if you remember it, we start off sensible and serious. Very, very sensible, very, very serious. I make a circle big and round. Now I stamp hard on the ground. Now I walk on my feet and hands and stop. And now I'm a triangle with my bottom at the top. And now I'm a lion, big and strong. And again. And now I stretch out, lean and long. And the other side. And now I hide. Here I am. And now I stand. And now I spin willy-nilly. And the other way. And now I try to look silly. And then I'm sensible and serious. Very good. Should we do that once more? Okay. I make a circle wide and round. Now I step hard on the ground. Now I walk on my feet and hands and stop. And now I'm a triangle with my bottom at the top. And now I'm a lion, big and strong. And now I stretch out, lean and long. And the other side. And now I hide. Here I am. And now I stand. And now I spin willy-nilly. And the other way. And now I try to look silly. And then I'm sensible and serious. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to do a balance. Now, it's a little bit of a tricky balance, but you can do it any way that works best for you. So, what we've got to try and aim to do with balancing is to stay standing up. We don't want to fall over. So let's just remember the secret to balance is to stare at a spot. So find a spot. When I say a spot, it can be a mark on the carpet or something like that, or whatever you might have in front of you. It might be a bit of fluff even. And so it's a mark, just kind of like a little bit in front of you on the floor. Or you could actually even put something there, or something on the wall in front of you, all right? So we're going to stare at that spot. Now we're going to do a balance called the eagle. So it's meant to be like an eagle perching on a cliff. So bring your arms up, and we're going to take one arm across the other and bend at your elbows. Now that's good. You might be able to cross again at your wrists, so your hands are like this. You've got the palms of your hands together. But if that's really tricky for you, just keep the backs of your hands together. Now we're going to do the same with the legs. All right, so take that leg over the top. All right, now if you need to keep your toes on the floor, that's fine. If you feel like you can pick your foot up, that's good too. But if you feel like you're going to fall over, you just bring your toes down. All right, so stare at your spot, and we're going to then see if you can bring your elbows to your knees but keeping your bottom tucked in. Try and not let your bottom stick out too much. Stare at your spot to help you balance. Good. And then come back up and undo your legs, do your arms, and you come back to being sensible and serious. Very good. Let's do the other side, all right? So we take that arm over the top, different arm. Again, see if you can cross again at your wrists. And then we're going to do the same with the legs. So you can lift your foot up, but if you feel like you're going to fall over, you can bring the toes down and look at your spot and see if you can balance. It's like tying yourself up in knots. That's very good. Well done. Undo your legs, undo your hands, and come back to being sensible and serious. Very good. Breathe in and breathe away. Lovely. Okay, we're going to turn now. So you bring one foot forward and the other foot back. Now this foot that's behind you, you have, if I go back a bit, you can see my feet a bit better. You can see the heel of my foot in front is lined up with the middle in, with the foot in the back, and this foot points that way, this foot points that way. So they're pointing in different directions. It's called 90-degree angle if you do that in maths. Okay, bend down into your knee and make sure you can just see your toes peeping out beyond your knee. This pose is called a warrior position. It's very, very strengthening. Makes you feel very strong. Yoga can be used to be strong as well. So when in India, where yoga comes from, the British Army had invaded, and the yogis, the Indian people that do yoga, they used to show how strong they are with poses like this. So feeling strong. I'm going to straighten that front leg and bend sideways and stretch this hand up into the air and see if this one can come to the floor. But if you're bending forwards like that, just rest your hand on your leg. This is called a triangle. You make a triangle position with your legs. Good. And then coming up, turn both feet now so they're both pointing forwards. Bend down into your knees. We're going to be the gorilla and go on our chest. And then we're going to swing our arms like we're doing that gorilla. Just let your back be floppy. Floppy down. Good. And then again, very good. And then come to standing. And we're going to turn this way now. So we've got this foot pointing this way, this foot pointing this way. Bend down into your knee. So again, you can just see your toes peeping out beyond your knee. Inhale, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, turn to look towards this way. So feeling strong again. Strong in your thighs, strong in your legs, in your knees. Notice where you feel strong. Keep your bottom tucked in as well, so your body is nice and straight. Good. And then straighten the front leg. And we're going to tip sideways again. Stretch up to the ceiling with this hand. If this hand can reach the floor, that's great. Remember, if it can't, you rest your hand on your leg. And remember to breathe. Take deep breaths. Good. Inhale, coming up. Turn the feet now so they're both pointing forwards. Bend down into your knees. Going to be the gorilla. Good. Swing your arms. Lovely. And one more. Ooh, good. And just bend forwards and swing your arms. Lovely. Okay, hands to the mat. Wriggle your feet in. Just stay folded forwards. So just see how far you can reach. Might be that your hands can't reach the floor. Doesn't matter. You're going to make sure that this top half is really heavy and floppy and loose. So you can just swing, see if you can swing and make some little circles with your hands. Be nice, your feet are nice and still, but your upper body is all floppy. Good. And then bend the knees and come down onto the mat. So then we're going to be like that cat pose. So my wrists, my hands are under my shoulders. So if I turn sideways, you can see. So first of all, we're going to be the sad cat. Do you remember? So we tuck our head in and we tuck our bottom in and our back is arched like this. Be a sad cat. Then I'm going to lift my head, lift my bottom and be a happy cat. And then be a sad cat. And then lift my head and be a happy cat. And then we're going to be a disco cat. And you're going to wiggle your bottom around. Good, and then the other way. Lovely, and then sit back towards your bottom and going to be a stretchy cat. Stretching everything out. So I'm sitting on my feet, stretching out into my back. Well done. Just going to tip my camera down a little bit, and we're going to come down onto our tummies on the mat. So, as I said, yoga comes from India, and there's a special snake that lives in India called the cobra. So we're going to be that snake, the cobra. Now, if you have a backache, if your back hurts, you just stay like this. This is called baby cobra or sphinx, and you just look up to the ceiling. If you think you can go a bit further, you can come down further. Have your hands under your shoulders. Now what we're going to do, we're going to rise up and we're going to make the sound of a snake. Alright, so big breath in and then coming up. Lovely. So my tops of my legs are still on the mat, on the floor. It's just my upper body that rises up. Good. Come back down. Just turn your head to one side. Take a breath in and away. And then we come back to the center again and we're going to make that hissing sound. So big breath in and then looking up to the ceiling if you can. And then breathe out. And turn your head to the other side. Take a breath in and away. And then we're going to do one more of those. Come back to the center and then good. And come back down. Turn your head to one side. And then come to sit back towards your heels. Stretching your back out again. So you're sitting on your feet, knees bent, arms stretched out in front. Very good. And then coming up to sitting with your legs in front. Hold on to your toes and give your butterfly's wings a bit of a flap. Good. And then breathe in. Bend forwards and stretch out that way. Good. Can your feet touch, your head touch your feet? Might be able to, better than mine can. Okay, stretch your legs out now. Draw the toes towards you. Sitting up straight as you can. Stretch this arm up and inhale. And as you breathe out, you're going to come over to this side. So imagine you can bring your ear to your knee. Good. Inhale. coming up, stretch both thumbs up. Bring this arm down now, and then come over and bring this ear down to your knee. Good. Coming up, bring that arm in. Now we're going to tie ourselves up in knots again. So one leg I'm going to tuck over that way. The other leg I'm going to bring over the top. All right, so my knees are bent. Now, the arm that's on the same side as this leg that's come over the top, that goes behind my back, and this one holds on to my knee. All right, and then breathe in and breathe out, and I'm going to look over the shoulder of the hand that's behind me, and breathe there and hold. Good, and come back to the center. I'll do my arms. Swap my legs over. So I'm going to tuck this one under now and bring this one over the top. So remember, this arm that's on the same side as the leg over the top goes behind my back, and this one holds on to my knee. And then breathe in and look over your left shoulder. Good. And then come back to the center. And I'm going to stretch my legs out. And remember, this is the river and the waterfall, so I'm going to flow forwards. So breathing in, stretching up, imagine the waterfall, and now I'm being the river flowing forwards. Good. And let's do that again. So breathe in and stretch up, and breathe out and be that river flowing forwards. Very good. Okay, a couple more things to do now before we do our relaxation. So we're going to lie on the mat or on the floor if you don't have a mat. Just bend your knees into your body. Give yourself a hug, like being an upside down rock. We're going to take our knees over to one side and stretch our arms out, and then turn the head to look in the opposite direction to our knees. So we feel a bit of a twist again. Good. And then bring our head and our knees to the center. Just squeeze our knees in, and then kind of go to the other direction. So knees over to one side, and your head goes to the opposite way to your knees. Good. Bring your knees back in and your head back in, and curl yourself up. You can tuck your head to your knees. Good. And then we're going to finish by being a bridge. So we're going to lift our bottom up. We can interlock our hands underneath if we want. So we're going to inhale, lift our bottom up, and then exhale, just let it relax a little. And again, breathe in and lift and tighten, and then just exhale and relax a little. And one more. Breathe in and lift and tighten, and then as we breathe out, we bring our back to the floor, bring our knees into our body, and then you're going to lie down, ready for some relaxation. So coming to lie down now, lying flat on the floor on your back, with your arms out to the sides so your palms of the hands can face upwards. Your legs are parted a little so your toes, your feet flop to the sides. This pose is called Savasana, which means dead man's pose or corpse pose. So you have to stay as still as someone who's dead, but still breathe, of course, please. So close your eyes, just breathing like we did at the beginning, in through your nose, slowly breathe out through your nose or your mouth, and again breathe in through your nose and breathe out slowly. One more, breathe in find a natural breathing rhythm, feeling your whole body relaxing. Feel it like it's melting down into the ground. Your feet relax, your legs relax, becoming heavy. Feeling your back relaxing down into the ground. Lower your chin a little and then you feel your lower back connect. Feel the whole of your back sinking into the ground. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Arms becoming heavy, being still. All the way down into your wrists, into your hands, into your fingers. Let your neck be soft and relaxed. You can feel your head in contact with the ground. Let your face be soft and relaxed. Eyelids are heavy and closed. Just let your jaw be relaxed. So you part your teeth a little bit, but keep your lips together and let your tongue be soft in the roof of your mouth. Helps you to stay calm as well. Just imagine now that you're in a beautiful wood. The sun is shining. You're lying on a dry bit of ground. You can feel the earth beneath you, beneath your body. There are birds singing in the trees. Sunshine shines down through the branches, creating shafts of light. And as you lie here, you can smell the trees, the earthy, woody smell. You feel the trees have an uplifting energy. You feel very, very peaceful. You can feel your heart opening. You can feel your heart filling with love. That shaft of light that shines down upon you. You feel that light shining down into your heart, filling you with even more beautiful love and light. And you feel that light spreading into the rest of your body, from your heart, down into your arms, into your hands, down into your tummy, into your back, into your legs, into your knees, all the way down into your feet, to the tips of your toes. So you are filled with lovely golden light, and you feel very, very peaceful, and very relaxed, and very happy. So this lovely feeling, this light and this love is going to stay with you all the time now. And it's spread out from your heart down into your arms. So just give your fingers and toes a bit of a wriggle and begin to have a lovely stretch. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. And come up to sitting position and just tap your fingertips over your head and face and body. And then rub your hands together. Come into a sensible and serious position. And we say, Namaste. And what I'd like you to do now is you can spread your arms out and imagine that you're hugging somebody that you haven't been able to see. And give yourself a hug and and say well done. And then if there's somebody who's looking after you that you're with, that you want to give a hug to, that you can and that you're allowed to give a hug to, you go up to them and give them a big hug. Thank you.